Hello, Warlocks of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 25th and final episode of our Eldritch Invocation's Unearthed Arcana series. First and foremost, before I get too heavy into the celebration here, these videos are not meant for kids. This channel's not meant for kids. It's not our primary target audience at all. That being said, I hope you understand it's not my doing this. It's actually YouTube who's telling me to. So, terribly sorry about that, guys, but it's the way it's got to be for the next little bit. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ultimate Pact Weapon, which is kind of fitting for the final episode of this series. In any case, let's take a look at the description here. There's two prerequisites. The first is that you got to be at least 15th level, and the second is you have to have chosen the Pact of the Blade feature. And the description reads as followed. Any weapon you create using your Pact of the Blade feature is a +3 weapon. This invocation doesn't affect a magic weapon you transformed into your Pact weapon. Really cool stuff. This is almost identical to two of the other ones we've covered, so just bear that in mind. Let's move on to the overview. Non-magical Pact weapons become +3 is essentially what it means. I really like this one, especially at 15th level. I think +3 weapons are incredibly great, but I think also, you know what, Pact of the Blade Warlock, you should usually have magical items at this point anyways. If you don't, a lot of your other characters are going to be super good, so this is a good way to keep up. I don't see any real problems with it. I might homebrew it where you can transform your Pact weapon into any other type of weapon. I think that'd be a pretty fair compromise, you know, ultimate Pact weapon and all. I feel like that's something that it should include. I feel like I should include it for superior Pact weapon as well, now that I'm thinking about it. But whatever. In any case, that's all I can really say about this one. I'd allow it in my game for sure. Whether or not you would depend on your DM, so please run it past them. That being said, guys, Alright, so to give you a quick rundown of what I'm planning on doing with the channel here. So, next step will be a combination of two. So I'll still keep doing the daily spells. I think that's pretty good routine for them. I'm also going to start doing the familiars. You can choose with find familiar. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I'm going to start getting to work on the races. So what I'm thinking right now is I'll do familiars and races kind of in tandem with each other. I'll do one race a day probably, and then just focus on just beating out the familiars real quick. Yeah, that's probably the best way of doing it. And then after I'm done with the familiars, I'll focus primarily on the races. And then after races, probably backgrounds. And then after backgrounds is where I'm going to need your help to weigh in on this. I'm thinking either doing classes or kind of doing like how-to tutorials on how to build characters. I mean, that's still quite a ways out, but that's kind of where my head's at right now. That being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. If you have any thoughts, comments, concerns about Ultimate Pact Weapon, please put it down in the comments below. I'd really appreciate I just love chatting with you guys. In any case, yeah, have a great day, everyone, and as always, happy casting!